everybody, Ashley and Kalia here, back with another video. Woo-hoo.
Yep, and it's your girl Leah.
Say that. Okay, so today's topic is gonna be about what are things that we do in general when we get depressed. Like, of course, it's gonna be from our perspective and what we do when we get depressed. Me personally, when I get depressed, I tend to not eat a lot. I know a lot of people stress eat, but I tend to not eat a lot because in my mind, when I'm depressed, I'm disappointed in myself because I shouldn't be depressed because depression is a mind thing. So in my mind, when I'm depressed, I don't eat because it's like I'm not going to treat, because the food to me is like treating yourself, and I'm like, I'm not going to treat myself if I'm choosing to be depressed. I feel like I don't deserve it until I, get out of my funk, get out of my deep depression, because at the end of the day, I woke up that day, I'm alive and still well. So I know a lot of people, because a lot of people, think different things. Just from my experience, from, the times that, I got depressed. So that's just my personal, experience. And I know, people gonna probably disagree or not agree, but that's just my opinion. What about you?
The things that I do when I get depressed, I usually read a book, work on my YouTube channels, make some content for TikTok, read, well, I already said read, watch TV, listen to music. Like, it's a lot of things that I do to, like, maintain that depression. But I really don't get depressed a lot because I always keep myself in a high vibration. Even when I'm around negative vibrations, that don't really affect me because, like I said, I'm my own happiness. I don't let people, things, or whatever influence my vibration. So, that's an internal thing. Sometimes people can internally do that. That's because of certain emotions that you are feeling, and everybody have emotions. And of course, it's natural to feel depressed sometimes. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I don't feel it or I have it. I just don't put attention to it for me to recognize it or be like, oh man, I'm depressed. And like I said, if I do feel that way, I just focus on something else that's going to make me generally happy. Like I said, reading, focusing on my YouTube, TikTok, something creative that's going to creatively have me in a better mood than what I'm feeling.
Yeah. So, and I just want to make a disclaimer that I don't get depressed like that anymore because, I'm blessed. I still, life is about opportunity. So it's like still plenty of opportunity out here to do things that I haven't done yet. It's nothing but space and opportunity. I'm free to, explore and just anything that's making me feel down, just get it out of my life and continue to strive for the best and look for things that do make me happy and more happier than what I am. Like if I'm feeling like I'm stuck at one place, just get out, just drive, explore, like just do whatever to clear your mind, to make you see like you got this world out here, so you don't have to be like stuck in your funk. So whatever you do, just make sure clear your mind first, because like I said, it's just a mental thing. Your mind is telling you to be depressed, but your body is well and breathing. So yeah,
it's all a mind thing. Like she said, everything's a mind thing, a mind that we control.
Yeah. And another thing, of course, I do when I'm depressed, of course, I cry. But I don't cry in front of people. I just do it. Well, I try not to. I just do it by myself and stuff. And it's just like, and then it's like I think about more sad things and just, cross them more because I'm not. It's like when you depressed, it's like you telling yourself not to be happy, make yourself even more mad, which I don't get that about myself. Like, why when I get depressed, I always think about worse things. Like, I get from whatever made me that way, because it be different things. So I take that situation or whatever made me that way, and then I go to like a deeper hole and think of even worse things that didn't have anything to do with how I got depressed. I just think of like the worst things that you can think about and think of the worst scenarios that I can be in, and just watch movies that make me, cry even more. So it's just like not healthy. And basically what sums it up, like when I'm depressed, I'm not healthy, because like I said, I'm not eating and not doing much of anything, because it's like I go to work and then I choose not to do anything that I can have fun with. That's another thing that I do when I'm depressed. I choose not to like go out and have fun. I choose not to try to get around good spirits. It's like I want myself to stay in that state.
Yeah, be vulnerable.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sometimes, people who not even feeling depressed, sometimes it could be what you doing, what you listening to, what you see, being around low frequencies, like, and you could just be happy as go lucky, and because you're around certain things or see certain things or hear certain things, you just, the switch come in and your emotions start to trickle down. Mm-hmm. But that's what I mean, like, you have to have mind over matter.
Yep, for sure. And so certain things that make me depressed, I guess, is when I try not to get bills. I try not to make it money situations, but sometimes if I'm in a tight spot, it's like, oh, I gotta make sure I'm paying for this or paying for that. And then if I gotta make sure I'm paying for this and paying for that, if I get another bill on top of that, like maybe a ticket or something, like that's gonna put me down. It's like, oh, I only have money for this and that, and then this happened. Now that's gonna put me in a bind. So, stuff like that get me depressed when I can't make ends meet, sometimes. And
just your lifestyle.
Yeah, because it's like when I think about me, when I think about not making ends meet, I automatically go to I'm gonna be on the street, because it's like, I automatically think like the worst can happen, which is it's really
normal. Everybody probably think that way because we run on autopilot,
right,
all the time.
So and it really don't even be that deep. It's just my mind go simple and go to the worst possible thing that can happen, like out on the street, homeless. What I'm gonna be doing when I'm homeless is people out on the street that's doing that. I can't go through that in my mind. It's like I can't go through what the people that go through, they gotta do when they are homeless or in a tight situation. They might have to go out there and get it how they live. And if I do anything that I feel like is degrading or like something that put me even down more, it's feel like I don't even have the strength to move on, and I feel like my whole brain gonna shut down and it's really gonna click off. So to me, I never adapted the mindset to like do get it how you live without integrity, because I feel like that's just gonna put me in a slumber. Because it's like, okay, if I get it, all I'm gonna do is think of all the downgrading stuff that I had to do to get it. And then don't get me wrong, like it's it been people out there that had situations that they had to do what they had to do, and they were strong enough and made it through, and they didn't think about anything that they had to do to get where they were, because they are successful, they living the best life, and they put that behind them, and it's like it didn't even happen. And they should be if you successful and you doing your thing, you know, be proud of yourself. Like, be proud of your accomplishments. Mm-hmm. And some people that can, you know, fall down a slope though. Like, some people can fall down the slope and really think about those things and probably, you know, end up doing substitutes to like get their mind off of that, and they might not be able to take what they might not be able to handle what they're taking to get their mind off of it, and it might make them do other things, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it might make them do other things, so they might reach their success but then come crashing. So cause all success is not good success. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth everything is not worth it to reach a certain thing if you feel like you're gonna lose yourself within doing that. If you feel like you're gonna lose yourself within doing what you have to do to get to where you are, you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth it? Am I really gonna be happy when I'm there? Yeah, because all the stuff that I had to do to get there,
sacrifices.
Yeah. So if
sleepless nights,
and if your answer is no, then you shouldn't do it. But if your answer is yeah, okay, well, do you? But I'm just speaking for those who feel like they are gonna, you know, lose their integrity, and they are gonna think like, dang, I shouldn't do it, and it's gonna catch up to them and eat them up alive, and, you know, be their downfall. You don't want to get all the way up just to come back down, you know? You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said. So just learning to like manage your emotions. Basically, that's what I want to talk about as our next topic. Managing our emotions.
Okay.
Which goes hand in hand with our things to do with when you're depressed. Mm-hmm. Which is emotion that you feel. Mm-hmm. But whenever you're feeling certain depressions or anxiety or, you know, whatever that negative space that you are in, mm-hmm. and like I said, some of the things I do to manage that, it's not really thinking about it. It don't exist.
Yeah.
It don't exist. It only exists because you making it exist. If you leave it in that void, or you leave that whatever that energy, right, you know, that's bringing it your way, mm-hmm. it's just like how my mother always say, like, it takes two people to argue. Mm-hmm. So it takes you to that negative energy or that depression or that anxiety or mm-hmm. that love or whatever that you're not feeling, it don't exist. Like, just you gotta keep repeating that self in your head, like, it don't exist. You are the only person that can make you happy.
That's another thing. Like, when you get depressed, it's like you feel like don't nobody love you or don't nobody care. You forget all the people that do actually love you, do actually care. You just feel like nobody loves me. I'm all by myself. Nobody cares. And that could lead the other thoughts in your head. Like, if I just go ahead and end this, you already got it in your mind that don't nobody love you or don't nobody care. So you don't feel like you're going to be affecting nobody, because it's like you feel like you don't matter if you're here or not. Because also when you're depressed, you don't feel like you worth anything. You don't feel like you worth any value. You don't feel like you bring any substance to this world. And then that get you to thinking like, why am I here? I don't bring any substance to this world. This world would be okay and still function without me. So I could just go ahead and get myself out the way with, and, you know, nobody would care. Because that's all the things that you think about. Me personally, like I said, this is coming from our opinion. I'm giving my opinion. She giving hers, so hers might be different. But these are all the things.
That I mean, if you ever feeling that low, where you feel like your life is no longer needed, you should never feel that way. Yeah. Trust me, you are needed. Yeah. No matter what. Even if you need to be recognized. Because that's the thing, like, people looking for validation from other people. You don't need validation from other people. You are your validation. You are who you are because you're unique in your own way. Right. So there's no need of feeling any kind of way because, or like people that get bullied. Mm-hmm. Look at it this way. They bullying you because they see something in you that they don't see in themselves.
You think they see like a threat?
Yeah, they see a threat. They see something that, oh yeah, this person, let me bully this person because X, Y, and Z. Like, nah. They doing it because they see something that you don't see it, but they see it. So they're picking at it. But as a strong person, you don't let certain things take over. Right. You got to be stronger.
Right, and just to let you know, I don't feel like this is okay to think about when you're depressed. But I also feel like when you're depressed, you're not really thinking clearly. I'm thinking clearly now so I can know and tell you fully aware that is not okay.
Right. But that's the process of managing your emotions.
Yeah.
Understanding that certain things are presented that way because they're trying to lower your vibration. But if you understand who you are as a person and you value yourself and you know yourself, that don't really matter. Even with words, somebody could say, "Oh, actually, you ugly." You be thinking like, hell no, I know I'm cute. But that's because of the worth you have for yourself.
For sure. Yep, for sure. So these, we just felt like we'll make this video to, anybody else that might have the same thoughts or similar thoughts or maybe going through it right now. We just want to talk about it, put it out there, tell you how we feel about it, and see how you like the video. So I'm signing out. Ash.
Kalia.
Deuces.
Till next time.